Hello everybody, how's it going? This is Joe from PrepAgent. We're ready to go. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me, and we shall begin. Okay, bongo. Alright, so today we're doing transfer of property. Is that what everybody was expecting? We can always look at other things too if need be. Oh, how's your exam tomorrow? Good luck on your exam. Okay, guys, give me just 1 second. I'm going to get all set up here. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, so we got property transfer on the board, and it says a deed to convey property would be signed by A, any authorized public officer, B, the grantee, C, the grantor, or D, a notary public. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Don't feel down, Susan. Okay, you guys remember that OREE rule. Okay, the grantor. Okay, some of you guys are talking about townships and the survey system. I can do something quick on that for you guys if you guys want. I had a presentation all set up for you, but I wasn't sure how to share that screen, which is why I was delayed. I was trying to figure that out. So if you guys want, I can still tell a baseline meridian through our system. Here, let me see if I can find something. There's an article on it. You guys see what I'm doing there. You can see how we do this with the articles. Okay, I'll just pull up this video I did a while ago, and we can look at it through there. But everybody see how we did that articles? Okay, so first off, when you guys have baselines and meridians, okay, everybody see on the board what I have there. Okay, you see that big box. You have baselines and meridians. Okay, so what you guys have is, well, let me start with this. When you guys have the survey system, the reason it was more invented because after the original 13 colonies, people went out west to describe land. And they had no streets or things of that nature to be able to find the land. Oh, give me 1 second. Adrian said there's a way I could find my presentation. Sorry, guys. It might be a little easier if I could make this nice presentation for you guys. I don't see it. I'm going to keep going with this for right now. Okay. So when people go out west, they had no way to describe the land because there's no streets and everybody knew where they were going. So what they did is they started with what's called a fixed point of beginning. A fixed point of beginning is where you start your elements, and that is where you start your baseline meridian. Baseline is that bottom I have on the board right there. It goes east and west. And the meridian will go north and south like you see there. Everybody see that? Everybody see on the board? Give me a thumbs up if you could see that. So you got the baseline and the meridian. Baseline east and west, the meridian is north and south. That little point where it intersects is called the fixed point of beginning. Now you guys see those little lines that go east, west, and north and south, right? Each one of those lines is 6 miles apart. 6 miles apart. Everybody write that down. 6 miles apart. Okay? Now those things are 6 miles apart, and that makes each box how big? How big does that make each box? And by the way, this video I'm showing you is on the PrepAgent website. You guys saw how I found it. Okay, so how big is each box there? So if it's 6, what's 6 times 6, everybody? 6 times 6. So that would make it 36 square miles. 36 square miles. Each one of those boxes is 36 square miles, and they are called townships. Okay? Now the lines going across are townships. The lines going up and down are range lines. Okay, and each one makes a township. That's 36 square miles, as you guys see there. Okay, moving right along. As we said before, these lines go north and south. The baselines go east and west. And the way you would find that box is by saying, well, that would be on range line for 3 east, township 3 north. Everybody with me so far? So I'm trying to follow it as the video goes so it all makes sense for everybody. So you see 4 north, 5 west is up there. Because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody see that? Good. Okay, now as you look at that box, that's 36 square miles, it gets divided up into 36 pieces. If the box is 36 square miles and it gets divided up into 36 pieces, how big is each box? So if that box is 36 square miles and it gets divided up into 36 pieces, how big is that box? What do you guys think? 1 square mile. 1 square mile. And what is each of those boxes called? So this big area is called a township. Okay, this is all called a township. So everything here is a township. Each one of those boxes is called a section. These are sections in the township. These are sections in this township. Is each section exactly 1 square mile? Are all sections exactly 1 square mile? What do you guys think? Are all sections exactly 1 square mile? No, they are not. Why? Because they may be on a lake or a beach or things of that nature. There could be land barriers that cut it off. Does everybody get that? So all sections are not going to be 1 square mile, but for example, if you're on a beach or something like that. Makes sense, right? I mean, the country is not always going to be a perfect grid. So there's going to be land barriers like lakes and beaches and borders and things like that that will cut it off. It's one of those you're like, oh, I should have thought of that. Okay, so now if you look at this on the board, it's numbered kind of in an odd way. How did you guys notice that it's numbered? So number 1 starts in the top right, and it curls around. Okay, so 1 starts up there, goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and so on. Excuse the error at the bottom. Okay, you guys noticed I had a little numbering error at the bottom. Please excuse that. I need to fix that, but you guys get the idea. It's a continuous root of numbers. Okay, so at the bottom here, where it says 31, okay, that's where it gets a little loopy. Okay, the reason is because you guys got to think of it like this. When they were doing this, it was some guy walking across the land with basically like a string. All right, everybody got that? They were walking across the land. And unless you're Superman, you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then jump all the way to the other side of the section, which we said is 36 miles, and start back on the other side. So it has to be done in a walkable way. Okay, and that's why it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down at the bottom, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then he goes down, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. Then down, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then down, 25, 26, 27, 28, 9, 30. And then down all the way to 36. Okay? Has everybody got it? And that's why it's done that way. So on your exam, they may give you an empty box and put like A, B, C, D in different boxes and say, which one of those is section 8? Okay, they may say, which one of those is section 9 or something of that nature. All right, so everybody got it? And you just got to think, the reason it's like this is because there's physically somebody walking this path. There's somebody actually walking on this path. And that's why it's done like that. Okay, so everybody got that? That's why it makes sense. Because people often think like on a computer or something like that. No, there's actually somebody walking there to kind of map this out. So they had to curve around. Okay, and you see the 36 there on the bottom right. And it is good to go. Waiting for my little video to move on. All right, now it gets a little more detailed. Okay, so we're going to go to section 9. See, I just colored in section 9 on the video. Now we have a problem. We're trying to find a property. Okay, now it says we're on section 9. Now the problem is that's 1 square mile. That's an enormous property, right, everybody? Okay, so that's way too big of a property to be able to find somebody. Okay, so you got this 1 square mile, so we need to nail it down. So what they'll say is you are in the northeastern part of section 9. Now you're in the southeast part of the northeast part of section 9, the south part of the southeast part of section 9, and so on. And it keeps breaking it down in little boxes until it finds out exactly where you are. So it'll be written like as I wrote it on the board here. The south half, the northwest quarter of section 6, township 12, range 7, west of the principal meridian. It's a mouthful, correct? So it actually starts with the most detailed part of the description and ends with the most general. Does everybody notice that? Okay, so it starts with the most detailed and it ends with the most general. What else describes where you are by starting with the most detailed on the top and ending with the most general? What do you guys think? What else does that? What else starts with the most detailed and ends with the most general? It's really obvious. You guys are going to be like, oh, I should have thought of that. Everybody ready? Your mail. Okay, when somebody sends you mail, do they write at the top New York, Syracuse, and things of that nature? They start like Florida, Miami, or they even start like United States, Florida, Miami. No, it starts like 380 Main Street. So it starts with the actual number of your house, 380. Then it goes Main Street. And then it goes like Miami, Florida, and zip code and so on down the line. But it starts with the most detailed part of where you are, the actual number on the street. This is described in that same way. Everybody got that? I hope so. Okay. So I hope that helped everybody a little bit with the descriptions, with the baselines and meridians. So I want you guys to remember a few key concepts here. Okay, I want everybody to write this down. Baseline runs east and west. Meridian runs north and south. Everybody write that. Baseline, east-west. Meridian, north-south. So there's some facts I want you guys to write down. Baseline, east-west. Meridian, north-south. By the way, if you guys are confused, just look up this video. It's on the PrepAgent website. Just look up the articles and just search Townships and you'll find it. This video is accessible to all you guys. In fact, Adrian, if you could put a link to this video, that'd be great. Okay, baseline east-west, meridian north-south. Next thing I want you guys to write down. Okay. Townships, 36 square miles. Townships are 36 square miles. Townships are 36 square miles. Okay, I want you guys to write it down. Townships are 36 square miles. Okay, next fact I need you to write down. Section is 1 square mile. A section is 1 square mile. A section is 1 square mile. A section is 1 square mile. Okay, so I hope that helped with the government survey system with sections and townships. Now let's get back to some property transfer. And we'll go back to what's on the title of the video for today. Okay, when we talk about property transfer, what's the first word that should come to mind? When we talk about property transfer, what's the first word that comes to mind? What do you guys think? What is the first word that comes to mind? A deed. A deed. A deed, which is evidence of the transfer. Good. When a prospective buyer makes a written purchase offer that the seller accepts, then the A, buyer may take possession of the real estate. B, buyer receives equitable title to the property. C, seller grants the buyer ownership rights. Or D, buyer receives legal title to the property. What do you guys think? Okay, equitable title. Buyer receives equitable title to the property. What is equitable title? I spoke about this yesterday when we were doing finance. What is equitable title? Who knows? Equitable title is the right to use and possess and gain equity. Equitable title is the right to use and possess and gain equity. Good. What is legal title? What is legal title? What do you guys think? What is legal title? What is legal title? The right to sell. Legal title is the right to sell. Good. When a project is turnkey, it is said to be A, ready for rehabilitation, B, ready for socialization, C, ready for occupancy, or D, ready to be built. And the answer is ready for occupancy. Good. Okay, to alienate title to property, 1A, records a homestead, B, conveys title, C, encumbers title, or D, clouds the title. To alienate title to property, 1A, records a homestead, B, conveys title, C, encumbers title, or D, clouds the title. B, conveys title. Conveys title. Good. What is the difference between a special warranty deed and a general warranty deed? Who knows? What is the difference between a special warranty deed and a general warranty deed? Ruby Gonzalez explained conveys title. It means to give it to somebody else, Ruby. Okay, special warranty deed it's a deed that is for the previous owner. General covers everything for the entire history of the property. It has to do with time. Special is for the time of the previous owner. General is for the entire life of the property. Anna Cruz says, is a bench considered a fixture? It depends how that bench is incorporated into the land, Anna. So it depends. Which of the following rights of ownership in real property do individuals normally not have? A, reliction rights, B, severance rights, C, eminent domain rights, or D, riparian rights? Which of the following rights of ownership in real property do individuals normally not have? A, reliction rights, B, severance rights, C, eminent domain rights, or D, riparian rights? And the answer is eminent domain rights, because that is one of the government powers. Can you guys tell me the 4 government powers? What do you guys think? Can you guys tell me the 4 government powers? Okay, stands for Pete, police power, eminent domain, taxation, and is cheat. Police power, eminent domain, taxation, and is cheat. Okay, and these are all rights individuals do not have. What is the difference between police power and eminent domain? Police power and eminent domain. What is the difference between police power and eminent domain? Okay, police power, they don't pay you for your property. Eminent domain, they do. And the reason they pay you for the property is they could take it away. Does that make sense? So eminent domain, they can take the property away from you, and they pay you for that property. Police power, they more tell you how to use it through things like zoning and building codes, things of that nature. Now, there are circumstances you could get money when dealing with police power, but generally speaking, police power, they don't take the property away from you. I know you guys hear police powers for the general welfare of the community, and it says that in the textbooks, but I'm trying to put you in more real life context to help you guys understand. So police power, it's more about making sure the property used in a good manner. That means building codes, zoning. So examples of building codes would be like handrails on stairwells, fire codes, things of that nature. Eminent domain, they take it from you. And what is the process called when they take the money from you and give you money? What is that process under eminent domain called where they take the property from you and give you money? What's that called? Condemnation. Good job, Veronica Rizzo. That's condemnation. That's where they take the property from you and give you money. Good. Good job, guys. What's it called where they don't give you the money that you deserve, so you go after the government for that money? What's that called? What's it called when they don't give you the money you deserve and you go after the government for that money? And the answer is inverse condemnation. Inverse condemnation. General real estate taxes levied for the operation of the government are called A, ad valorem taxes, B, special taxes, C, special assessment taxes, or D, improvement taxes. What do you guys think? And the answer is ad valorem taxes. Ad valorem's Latin for according to value, right, guys? Ad valorem, according to value. A bill of sale is used to transfer the ownership of what? A, real property, B, appurtenances, C, personal property, or D, a fixture. A bill of sale is used to transfer the ownership of what? A, real property, B, appurtenances, C, personal property, or D, fixtures. And the answer is C, personal property. Okay, to alienate title to property, 1, A, encumbers the title. B, conveys the title. C, records a homestead. Or D, clouds the title. What do you guys think? Thanks, Rachel. That is correct. We don't get into state-specific stuff in the webinars. We just don't have the manpower to do an individual webinar for every state. One day, maybe. So we cover the stuff that applies to everybody. Okay, answer is B, conveys title. Conveys title. Did we just do this question? My bad. Sorry. A title insurance company official would have known that an abstract of title is A, closing statement for the title insurance company. B, standard form that is used in the industry. C, clause that describes the land. Or D, written summary of documents related to the title of the property. Okay, when you think of abstract, you think summary. Good. So there it is. How many times you guys been to this webinar? If it's your first time, write 1. If you're second, 2. Third time, 3. 10th time, 10, and so on down the line. How many webinars have you guys been to? Just kind of curious. I want to take a quick poll here. If it's your first time, write 1. Second time, 2. If it's your 20th time, write 20. Oh, so we got some first timers. Oh, Carrie, 20 plus. Anna Cruz, welcome. Glad to have you. First time. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Ruby. When the grantor does not wish to convey certain property rights, he or she, A, must convey the entire premise and have the grantee reconvey the rights to be retained by the grantor. B, may not do so since the deed conveys the entire premises. C, may note the exceptions in the deed of conveyance. Or D, must note the exceptions in a separate document. What do you guys think? The answer is C, may note the exceptions of the deed of conveyance. Stephen, his nephew and niece are joint tenants. Stephen sells his interest to his sister and his nephew dies. As a result, which of these statements is true? A, Stephen's niece and sister are tenants in common. B, Stephen's niece and sister are joint tenants. C, the nephew's heir and Stephen are joint tenants, but the sister is a tenant in common. Or D, the nephew's heirs are joint tenants with Stephen and his sister. Okay, and the answer is A, Stephen's niece and sister are tenants in common. So joint tenants and tenancy in common. Joint tenancy has 4 unities of time, title, interest, and possession. Tenancy in common just has possession. And joint tenancy also has the right of survivorship, which is what this question is referring to, which means when one person dies, the other people who own it get that share. Whereas in tenant in common, if somebody dies, they can will their share to their heirs or whoever they want. Okay, that's a big difference between joint tenancy and tenancy in common. So when the new people came in, those people coming in were now tenants in common. Okay, good. So that's that for today, guys. Remember, it's always a good idea to listen to a webinar every day to supplement your learning. It is not the total learning process. It's just an idea to supplement that and keep you guys on track and give you guys a more general idea of what you're studying. Those details have to be worked on when you study that vocabulary on your own. Don't forget to memorize your vocabulary, everybody. Tomorrow, Adrian is doing the webinar at 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock East Coast time. Adrian, what subject are you doing tomorrow? If Adrian's still around, he'll write it in the chat. But Thursday is Adrian Day. Okay, and so he'll be doing the webinar tomorrow afternoon. All right, so with that being said, thanks everybody, and we will see you tomorrow. Sorry about the awkwardness in the beginning. I'm going to try and do that little bit on meets and bounds again. And I'm going to try and make it so I could show you guys the presentation I built for you guys rather than showing you a video I made before. All right, so I apologize for that awkwardness in the beginning of our webinar today. So you guys who are new, I'm usually much smoother than that. So I will get that ready to go. Thanks, everybody.